Hello, friend, and welcome back to another episode of the Camera Brave Show. My name's Marissa, and in this episode, I'm talking to those of you that have never taken a video before and feel some type of way like this video is just a crazy large hurdle in front of you. And I want to talk directly to you and give you some encouragement in today's episode. Before we dive on in, I would like to ask you for a super quick favor. If you've been listening and enjoying the show for a little bit of time now, if you would please go on over to Apple Podcast and find the Camera Brave Show, write a review and give us a rating. That would be so incredibly helpful. I've got some big things in the works for this year in 2022, and I'm excited to launch what is next, and having these reviews so seriously helps, especially in these beginning stages and as this platform continues to grow. So if you would please just take a moment of your time to leave us a review, I would be deeply appreciative of you. So when I first started coaching clients through Camera Brave, I realized that I essentially have two different types of entrepreneurs that come to my page and to my coaching groups. There is entrepreneur A, who is someone who's taken video before. Maybe they've played around on their Instagram stories, or they've maybe even tried live a few times. Maybe it's been a while since they've put themselves on camera, but they've done it before. And you could say that they're relatively comfortable and familiar with the situation. However, they want to grow. They want to push into new platforms and try things like Instagram Reels or start a YouTube channel or get onto TikTok. Okay, so we're just going to call that like group A of entrepreneurs that come into the Camera Brave page, whether it's the podcast, my coaching groups, my 6-week course, any type of interaction. We're just going to call them like group A type of entrepreneurs. And then we also have group B type of entrepreneurs. Now, these are people who have never taken video of themselves. Not only have they never taken video of themselves, but they feel terrified to show up on camera. These are the people that I created Camera Brave for, and they're the people that I really enjoy helping to coach because they have this massive voice in their head that has created this big, scary monster out of video. And they feel like maybe they couldn't do it. Maybe they wouldn't even be good if they were on camera. They feel like it's a hurdle, this giant mountain of a thing to try to take video of themselves. And there are so many ways that they feel. They bring all of these feelings that they may have in their own personal life. They bring those when it comes to taking video. So there's group A people who sort of don't think twice about taking video. And then there's this group B type of entrepreneurs that are stuck, and there's nothing wrong with them at all. They still have a powerful message. And if they've come to my page, then they still know that video is important. And they most likely have this nagging feeling deep inside that they could do that they could be on camera, and that they could create that YouTube series, that they could do well on TikTok, whatever it is. If they've come to my page, then even if they are completely terrified, they have some nagging feeling. They have some curiosity about being on camera, but they have some work to do because they are stuck. So now let's take that one step deeper. Group A entrepreneurs not only may take video regularly, but they approach it with indifference. They approach it like it's not a huge deal. They approach it like, yeah, I'll put something on my stories, or sure, I'll throw together a live or do a reel. That's the way that they approach video content. Versus group B type of entrepreneurs, they approach it with fear. They are terrified of the idea of putting themselves on camera. They may bring a lot of anxieties with them when it comes to the idea of being on camera. So to those type of entrepreneurs, I want you to know that you are absolutely not alone. And if you feel this fear of putting yourself on video, if you have this long list of what would happen if I did this? What are people going to think? Like, I don't even have enough knowledge to speak about this topic, or what if people are coming here and judging me, or what if so-and-so sees, like, they are going to think that I'm absolutely out of my mind for doing video. Like, we have this entire narrative in our heads. And I'm saying we because I was that type of person as well. And first of all, the fact that you are here on this page means that you have taken the step, whether you realized it or not, and you've made the decision mentally that you're going to learn more about this, that you're interested in it. So if you've come to the Camera Brave page, I teach people two things. I teach entrepreneurs how to take video for social media, and I teach people how to build their confidence on camera. So the fact that you've made it to this podcast means that you've taken a step and that you are willing to some degree, push yourself outside of your own comfort zone, because you know that your story, that your message, and the greatness that is so buried deep within you that you could bring to video. You know that you could change your entire business and the way that people approach you by just being able to connect with people through video, that you could expand to coaching services. If only you could get out those jitters and do a Zoom call confidently and feel like you are presenting yourself to the best of your abilities. So recognize that getting onto this page is a great first step for you. Listening to this podcast is a great first step for you. And then I want you to realize that you are not alone, and that mentality and mindset are huge factors behind what keeps people stuck from taking video. I created this podcast, and this is episode number 34. So for 34 weeks in a row, I have come to talk to you guys about different mindset approaches that I see keeping people stuck from starting to take video. And then I see it keeping them from growing in video and keeping them from being authentic and having energy. So there are so many different components around taking video that keep us stuck, that start with our mentality, that starts with our mindset. So know that you are not alone in this. If video feels like a massive hurdle for you, if you feel like you are terrified of taking a video of yourself, if the idea of going live or watching yourself back or people seeing you or judging you, if you have all of those feelings, but you have a willingness to push yourself out of your comfort zone slowly, then I truly believe anyone can get good on camera. Listen, I mean anyone. I want to talk about what actual skill set is required to be on video. Take out all of the emotion. Take out all of the ideas of what you think you have to put yourself on camera. Take out all the thoughts about the equipment, about having to know every single thing, every single answer, and be a complete and total expert. Put all of those aside. What skill set is required to take a video of yourself? The only skill set required is the ability to speak. And if you think, well, I'm a marble mouth, I can't even talk in normal day life, I always mess up words and I don't even know what I'm saying half the time. Stop it. Stop it. I'm talking about there is zero. This sounds harsh, but I mean it with so much love, and I'm saying it to encourage you. There is no talent required to put yourself on camera. There is no barrier to entry. There is nothing that I have that you don't have. Now, can you get really good at it? Yes. Can you practice it and cultivate it and make it an art and a craft? Absolutely. And that's the level that I've taken it to. I've created a craft out of it. But I'm talking about in the very beginning. There is no barrier to entry. There is no skill set that you are not completely capable of that you don't already possess. Now, maybe you've shoved it deep down. Maybe you're like, oh, well, don't even have anything to say. I have nothing to say. That is so not true. Think about it from the point of view of who needs to hear what you have to say. So if you are a web designer, are there not people out there who are so stinking frustrated trying to build their own websites? That was me. I can admit now that week 2 of doing this whole entrepreneur thing on my own, I was like, I'm going to make my website. Oh my goodness. Wow. What a waste of time on my part. What a sea of frustration that I got myself into. And now I know I'm not touching a web design. I'm not touching creating a sales page or even my homepage or blog, anything. No, I'm going to have someone who is good and skilled in that. So say you offer that service and I'm over here and I need help. If you have the capability to speak to me through a live video, through your Instagram stories, and you can help me, then I need your message. I need your help. Think about it from the person that needs your help. If you are stuck because you think people are going to judge you, because you feel like you don't know enough, you're not capable enough, if you're feeling this imposter syndrome and it's completely stopping you from even starting, if you are worried about what so-and-so is going to think, or worried that you don't have every single answer and that you haven't spent the 10,000 hours in your field to make you an expert, I need you to take all of those thoughts, tell them to hush, and then ask yourself, who needs me? Who needs my help? And who can I help? And then you could even take it one step further. How can that help your family? When you have the freedom to be able to create what you do, grow it, and be able to work remote, be able to provide for your family, there are so many things that are more important than these fears that are stopping you. Because there is no barrier to entry. There is no skill set required to be able to do this, to be able to talk to people through video. You have every single piece that you need inside of you. You are capable of doing this, of speaking to people, of changing the way that they are working, of making their day, of changing their lives. Depending on what service you offer, you have the ability to impact people. All that you need is the willingness to step out of your comfort zone. This does not require talent. Listen, friends, I've been a professional spokesperson for almost a decade. I've studied videography and editing. I get butterflies every single time I go live. I get nerves every single time I'm preparing a live. I don't exactly know where it comes from. I think it's the uncertainty of it not being a controlled video, but I still do them. Lives are outside of my comfort zone. And I'm telling you that so that way you understand that it doesn't ever get effortless, and it doesn't get effortless overnight. There's still effort on my part after years and years and years of doing this. There's still nerves. I take deep breaths before every single podcast, every single live. I take a couple deep breaths before a live. Reels and stories, I'm a little bit quicker to kind of turn it on, but don't think that people who appear on camera like they're fearless and that they're brave. That is intentional. They are intentionally bringing that on camera with them. Do not think that it has happened overnight. Do not think that they don't still feel terrified to do things. I would say that lives intimidate me. I wouldn't say they terrify me. What terrified me was TikTok, because it was unknown, because I didn't know what to expect. And because I had all of these preconceived ideas as to what was going to be on the platform and what I was going to have to do to stand out. And I'm not dancing. I'm not pointing. That's not my thing. I don't know if I'm a necessarily funny person. Does funny even really fit with what I'm trying to do? Because I really want to show people how to video market. So do I try to stick my neck out and be funny as well? All of those unknowns probably created this feeling of being terrified to go onto that platform, but I still did it. So know that if you are feeling terrified, if you're feeling nervous, that even people that are showing up on camera can feel terrified and nervous. The difference is that they are making themselves do it. And that's all that you have to do, is have that willingness to dig deep and make yourself take that first step. Is it easy? No, it is not easy. I put myself into a state of nervousness, of kind of heightened anxiety every time I go live. It's not easy for me. It's not natural for me, but I have to do it. First of all, I think that that's the only way to get good, is to keep doing it. And second of all, I have people looking to me. I'm telling people that they can go live. So I need to show up on lives and I need to be prepared and I need to present as passionately and with as much bravery as I do right here on the podcast for you guys. But it's not easy. It's not natural and it's difficult for me. So I continually have to push myself. Please remember, every single person that started on video started with one video. They started with nerves. They had to overcome that. Like the bravery, the confidence, it starts with taking that leap and being afraid, but still having to dig deep and find your courage because you know that your purpose is greater than the fear, that the possibilities are greater than all of the nerves and the anxieties that you're bringing with you, that you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be flawless, but you just take a few deep breaths and you get through that video. I have not conquered lives. I have not mastered them. They make me feel some type of way, but I breathe and I get through them. And every single time, once it's over, what do I think? That wasn't so bad. Every single time. Yet I still get those nerves, but I work through them. And I hope that one day it's not going to feel like that. And then I'll be able to go live and not even worry about it. And those anxieties, those nerves, that they won't even be anywhere within me, that they'll just be gone. So if you are in a position where you feel like taking video of yourself is a massive hurdle and you feel like you don't even know where to get started and you don't even know if you could be capable of it, I want you to know you're not alone. And that as long as you have that willingness to step out of your comfort zone, that you can still be great on camera. There is no natural born talent required. Do some people on camera have a natural born talent and have a skill set that they've crafted? Yes, absolutely. I would say I'm one of those people. You don't have to be born with anything. You don't have to have spent 10,000 hours in your field. You don't have to have conquered fear. You just have to be willing to put yourself outside of your comfort zone. That is how you get started. And that is how you get good and how you can create a craft and a skill out of it. If you feel these deep feelings, I would very much like to encourage you to get on my waitlist for Camera Brave Academy. I created that course, and there is the mental and physical work to get yourself from feeling all of these fears, working through and determining what your message is and how you can talk about it and focus completely on your content. I built that course for these group B type of entrepreneurs. So if you are feeling these feelings deep within you, I want you to at least learn more about how my 6-week course could help you. Because I was just speaking with one of my coaching clients last night. She's gone through the academy. She's now in my monthly group, and she was in this position of feeling terrified, and it felt like a huge hurdle for her to get on camera. But she went through the course. She trusted in the process. She worked through it. She started with just that first video. And now she's continuing to create videos with me in a monthly capacity. So I've seen this work for people. I've seen people come into it hesitant and they don't really know what they're going to create. They don't really know how they're going to do it. They don't even know if they have it in them. This course was designed for people like that. If that's how you're feeling, then it was designed for you. You can learn more by going to camerabraveacademy.com. Now, listen, odds are when you're listening to this, it's probably not even open because I launch it once a year and I launch it and walk through the program with you. So you can get on the wait list and learn more about it. And I'll send you an email when it does open. But just because doors are not open right now doesn't mean that you can't still take that first step and learn more. And just put that email out there, and then I'll give you more information when the time comes. You can still start taking those steps without feeling ready. I'm not going to ask you to go live tomorrow. I'm going to ask you to take that first little step. whatever that next little step is for you. And if you need someone to take you by the hand and say, hi, my dear, this is what we're going to do. Let's talk about your messaging. Let's talk about your why, your audience. We're going to start before we're even ever going to turn the camera on. Let's talk about how you can bring the most valuable content possible to your audience, how you can change their lives or make their day. Long before I'm going to ask you to take a video of yourself, because it's not like I just throw you in and hope for the best. No, absolutely not. It's a proven method. It's a system, step by step. And if all of this is like, yes, I need in, then go get yourself on the wait list and continue to come here, continue to listen to the show, continue to follow Camera Brave on social media, and know that what you are feeling can be worked through, and that it's what I live for, is helping people work through that. So even if you feel like, well, she's got her work cut out for her, I've got a long way to go, let's do it. I love this. This is truly what I love. I love the transformation process. All right, I know we got a little heavy in this episode, but this was based off of a conversation that I just had, and I have not spoken directly to the fears behind those of you who have never taken video and feel like all of these fears and don't even know if it's for you. So this episode, I really hope, gave you some encouragement and let you know that there is understanding, that there are people who have been where you are and have been able to conquer it without any like natural given talent, without any skill in it, but they just had the willingness to get out of their comfort zone. Like that's the skill that you need. That's the talent, and that drive, that's really what you need to be able to succeed on video. Now, maybe this episode was not for you. Maybe you've already started taking video. If so, I am so honored that you listened to this entire episode. If you are in my group A entrepreneur type of people on this page, thank you for listening. Maybe it still hit home because maybe you have gone through this and maybe you've conquered all of these feelings. If you're in that position, would you do me a favor and share this episode with someone that you see potential in and that you know, girl, you could be taking amazing videos, like with your cookie baking services, with your chapstick making business, like those videos would be fire. I want this episode to encourage you to know that you can get through that process and that you can create amazing things as well. Would you please share this episode with them? I would be so honored because I know I'm speaking to a very specific type of person in this episode. But honestly, these episodes, they're based off of real conversations I have with people. They're based off of real things that I see holding people back. And that's what I speak about. And that's what I feel passionate about. And I use it to encourage you. I hope that you feel encouraged. So thank you so much, friends, for listening. As always, you can find me over at Camera Brave on Instagram, Facebook, and now newly TikTok. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. I will see you next time on the Camera Brave Show.